chemistry lab looks like. So let's enter. This is our chemistry lab. Here, this is working table. Working table means here you can see a table on which there is a reagent rack and there is a sink. Of course, there is no tap. Later on there will be tap. So this is our working table looks like. And in the front there are reagent bottle kept in an almirah. Few chemicals are kept here. Let us see. Here are the chemicals. From this we are taking out the chemicals and using these chemicals for the experiment. For experiment we need few things. Let us see about them one by one. So here I have kept all the apparatus which are required to do an experiment. See on this table, whatever equipments are required for the experiment are kept. After this video, I will tell you that how to arrange these apparatus for doing an experiment and what is the use of particular apparatus. Now we will see that what are the instruments used in chemistry lab. So this is first basic apparatus used in chemistry lab. This is known as test tube. This test tube is made up from glass, and on this test tube it is written that it is made up from borosilicate glass. This test tube is made up from borosilicate glass. Why we are using this test tube? We are using this test tube for doing chemical test in small quantity. Only small quantity can be used. This is one type of test tube, and we have second test tube. This is another test tube. This is used for boiled purpose. This is also made up from borosilicate glass. This is used for boiling purpose. Now if I am pouring some chemical, suppose I am pouring some chemical in this, so what will happen? By mistake it may fall on my hand. So to stop this, what we are having one more thing. This is known as test tube holder. Test tube holder is made up from metal as well as wood. So what we are doing, here is a plug. This is pushed back so that this mouth is open. When this is pushed in front, this mouth will close. Again pushing back, this mouth is open. Now fix this mouth in this test tube mouth and again push this up so that it will tighten up. Now I can hold my test tube and my hand is far away. Now if I am pouring the chemical, anyhow it will not fall on my face or on my hand, and it will not go here and there. My hand will be safe. Now after doing test in this test tube, I want to keep this chemical one side. I want to keep this test one side. So like this I cannot keep because it will not stand. So for keeping this test tube, we are having test tube stand. This is test tube stand. What after doing the chemical test, we are keeping our test tube in this chemical test tube stand. So you can see this chemical test tube. Here some holes are there. Some are small holes, some are big holes. Big holes are for boiling test tube and small holes are for test tube only. Next one we will see beaker. Suppose we want to do chemical reactions in big quantity. So we are using this beakers. These are known as beakers. They are also coming in different size. This one is of 100 ml and this one is of 250 ml. If I want to do 100 ml only, I can use this one. I can use this one for 250 ml. And for this, we can pour in this chemical easily. Nothing will go out of this. And if we are mixing two chemical in this, so either we can mix chemicals like this by shaking it, or we are having one more instrument to mix the chemical. This is known as glass rod. It is also made up from glass. So to mix the chemical, we are using this glass rod and stir the chemical so that chemical can be mixed very well. This is the use of this glass doll to mix the chemical. Now after this, let us see next. Now to measure any chemical, we are using measuring cylinder. These are measuring cylinder. This one is of 50 ml, this one is of 100 ml, and more are there. This one is of 250 ml, this one is of 500 ml. They are coming in different size, these measuring cylinders, 50, 100, 250, 500. It is written, and they are also made up from borosilicate glass. Now after this, we are having this funnel. This funnel is also coming in different size. This one is of 250 ml. This is also used for mixing the chemical. In this we can add the chemicals from upside, and by shaking it we can mix the chemical so that chemical can mix well. So for mixing purpose we are using this funnel. Now these are known as funnel. Suppose I am feeling hard to pour the chemical in this flask. So I will use this funnel over this, and then I will pour the chemical so that no chemical will go out. So this is the use of funnel, and they are also made up from glass. They are also in different shape and size. Now this is spirit lamp. This is spirit lamp. With the help of this we can heat anything. In this is made up from steel. Upside there is one cotton, and inside this spirit is filled. This is used for heating purpose. We cannot heat directly. What we are doing, we are keeping a tripod stand. This is having 3 legs. This is known as tripod stand, and to support the apparatus we are keeping wire gauge over this, so that this wire gauge can give proper heat, equal heat to that apparatus. So this is used for heating purpose. Now these are reagent bottle. In this we are keeping chemical. They are also made up from glass, and here is a tap upside of this. We can open and we can close this. What happens, this one is transparent, this one is non-transparent. Some chemicals are very reactive with light. So to stop the entrance of light, there is a dark reagent bottle so that light cannot enter and that particular chemical will not react. Then they are also 250 ml made up from borosilicate glass. Now this is delivery tube. If I need to transfer or join two chemicals from one to another, so I use this delivery tube in both so that chemical of this can attach with the chemical of this and chemical reaction can take place. So this tube is known as delivery tube. This is a hollow glass tube. Here holes are there, hollow glass tube. From this chemical can enter, gases can enter. Now this one is dropper. If I need to add any chemical drop wise, so I will fill in this and then I will add the chemical drop wise. From this only drop wise chemical will go down and nothing extra. So this is used for drop wise. We have one more kind of dropper, these two. One is small, one is large. This is similar to that kids dropper we are getting for giving them medicine. So with the help of this, again we can add 1 or 2 drop of chemical in the particular test. This is matchstick used for burning purpose. This is red litmus paper. This is blue litmus paper. This litmus paper are used to find out whether the following chemical is acid or whether the following chemical is base. Only this is the use of this red litmus paper and blue litmus paper. Now here is a filter paper. If suppose you are having a solution and you need to remove the solid part from it and you want only liquid, so what you will do, you will take one of the filter paper and fold it one time, second time, and then open one of them and then keep them in funnel and then keep that funnel over either over test tube or over funnel and pour the chemical solid part will remain upside and liquid part will come down, and in this solid part will upside of the filter paper. So in today class only this much. I hope you understood the apparatus, how to use the particular thing and what are the uses. Thank you and see you in the next video. One more thing is present on our working table. As you can see in front, this is Bunsen burner. This is similar to the burner present in our kitchen. So what will happen if we need to burn any chemical, heat any chemical? So we are switching on fire here, and here is the knob. With the help of this knob we can allow the gas to enter, and here gas will come. With the help of matchstick we can switch on fire, and if we want to stop the fire, so again we will go to this knob and reverse this knob so that the fire will stop, and with this help you can heat your chemical, burn any chemical. Only this much you can do with this Bunsen burner. Now we will see that how to arrange apparatus for experiment. So if we are heating something, so first of all we will keep the burner, this is Bunsen burner, we will keep burner one side and then we cannot directly heat. So for this I am keeping tripod stand over this Bunsen burner, and after tripod stand we need to keep wire gauge over this so that proper heat can reach to the particular part, and then whatever chemical we need to add, we will add in a beaker and then keep this beaker upside. And now what we will do, with the help of this Bunsen burner we will switch on the knob from here, and then with the help of matchstick we will burn the fire and heat the chemical. Suppose fire is going on, then while heating we need to stir the chemical so that chemical can mix well, not only one thing is mixing and another thing is remaining. So to mix well we need to continuously stir the chemical and then do the chemical reactions. So in this way you can arrange the apparatus and can do the experiment and note down your observation. Precautions are there that first of all, before starting switching on this knob, keep matchstick with you and control the fire from this knob so that there may not be blast, and take care of that switch, that after experiment you should close that tap so that there will not be any leakage of glass. So thank you, see you in the next video.